Hey. Alright, so Ultra Beast Gohan. I'm gonna be completely honest, I was wrong. When I first read this guy's kit, I was certain that this guy was gonna be way ahead of everyone else. I thought he was gonna be number one without a question. I'm not saying he's not number one, I think this guy might be the best unit in the game, but to be honest, I think there actually is a debate. I think Vegito Blue definitely still has an argument. I think Majin Vegeta has an argument. I think Beast Gohan has an argument. I would say that those three are probably the top three. But yeah, like, even if he's number one, he's definitely not like, alright, he's number one and no one touches him. It's definitely not the case. He also has weaknesses. You can actually kill this unit. I feel like they definitely did a very good job. Yeah, I was wrong. I definitely was wrong because I thought that this guy was gonna be just way ahead of everyone else. He was gonna be way way more broken than any other unit, and he's just gonna be like an unkillable, brain dead character. And in my opinion, he's one of the best releases this year. I think they did a fantastic job. He's actually fun. He's not too toxic. Obviously, he's very fucking good. Like, he's broken. Like, let's not lie. But he is obviously really fucking good. But he's not that bad. I feel like Majin Vegeta is way worse. Like, when it comes to like how fun to play against Beast or Majin Vegeta, I'm probably choosing Beast. I think Majin Vegeta is way more toxic. Honestly, I think Vegito is way more toxic as well. So yeah, they did a great job. The only thing I don't like about this character is the fact that he's yellow. I think we needed something else. I feel like purples are pretty much unusable right now. Greens are completely free, and they are just too good. We also have Majin Vegeta. We have this guy now. Like, it's basically the green-yellow meta, and it's very hard to run anything else. I guess red. Red is in a good spot. Daimagoku, Gotenks, those characters are definitely in a good spot, but yeah, like, purples are basically dead, so that's definitely not ideal. But other than that, like, this is not that bad. I don't think there is really anything special here. The one thing I was surprised about is his gauge. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's active gauge, yeah, active gauge. So he has this active gauge, and when I first read the kit, I thought this was gonna be like some brain dead bullshit. And to be fair, it is very fucking good, but it's actually not really a new mechanic. I feel like ultra hit does pretty much the same thing with the time skip. Basically, obviously, you can't really vanish this because it will still hit you. You can't cover change, and but you have like a little window where you can, like, let's say your opponent just presses it, you can tap attack, you can do whatever, right? It's basically hits time skip. It's very similar. I would say it's basically the same thing, but it's better. Obviously, Beast goes type neutral, which is insane. So he goes type neutral for 5 timer counts, nullifies endurance, cancels debuffs and all that stuff, paralyze, stuff like that. And yeah, like, of course, it cannot be evaded, you can't cover change. But yeah, it is definitely an insane attack, and it's basically like a snipe. Like, you land the card, you have this, and you can just snipe anything. Like, I'm not saying you can one-shot everybody, but you will do a lot of fucking damage. And usually you can kill units with this. Like, it is definitely fucking insane, but it's not as bad as I thought, because I thought that this was gonna be just, you just stand on the battlefield, you just click this button, and you can't really do anything against it. But there is actually a small window where you can do something about it. So it's actually not as brain dead as I thought. Like, I've seen a lot of people just clicking it, and I was able to tap attack and just completely cancel it. So it's not that bad, but it is definitely very powerful. It's just, I mean, it's definitely not that bad as I thought. So honestly, this is fine. And then, if anything, I think it just adds something to the game. So yeah, it is very strong, but I don't know. It just somehow it just doesn't have this like toxic feeling about it. Like when you play against Majin Vegeta, it's just such a fucking toxic character, dude, with his luck, with his gauge, and Beast just does not have the same feeling. I'm not saying Majin Vegeta is better, but they really did a good job. Where Beast, although he's ridiculous, he's just not that toxic. It's kind of strange. I don't even really understand. He obviously has the gauge. I thought that was gonna be ridiculous as well. So obviously he has a unique gauge, and it's very similar to Goku and Frieza's unique gauge. Of course, you can nullify Rising Rushes, but you can also nullify ultimate cards. And of course, I thought that this was gonna be extremely broken, but it's actually not that bad. Like, of course, it is really fucking good. But it's not like, okay, like, Beast has his gauge and Beast Gohan is on the battlefield and oh my god, like, what are we gonna do? Like, it is definitely not that bad. You can still snipe Beast Gohan with the Rising Rush. I've done this multiple times where my opponent throws a full range blast card and I just rush them. It works as well. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. I thought this was gonna be way worse. Yeah, they just really did a good job with him. He's obviously very strong, but I have to take it back. Like, I thought this character was just gonna be way too broken, but I don't know. I don't want to say like on paper he looks more broken, but that's kind of the case, or I don't know. He just looks more toxic than he actually is. Yeah, I don't really mind him. I feel like they actually did a good job, for sure. I think they did a fantastic job with this character. The only issue I have, as I said, the fact that he's yellow. I don't like the fact that he's yellow. But other than that, I feel like they nailed this character, and I don't really have any like super big issues with this guy. He's broken, he's insane for sure. I think he's arguably number one. I would probably say he's number one. It's been like a day or two. No, it's been like a day and a few hours. So I would say this guy is probably number one. Like, if I had to do a tier list right now, I would say he's probably my number one character right now. But yeah, I like him for sure. He also adds value to characters like Ultra Gohan, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because obviously he has this ability which is ridiculous. So when the opponent activates an ultimate or Rising Rush, or of course Awakened Arts, lowers subcount by 10, and he also cancels enemies attribute upgrades and buff effects. To be fair, I'm a little bit sick and tired of units that cancel buff effects, but this guy actually has someone like Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who is a little bit outdated, because obviously he's not that tanky, and it's actually pretty easy to kill that unit. Let's say Majin Vegeta, you lock him in and he's almost guaranteed to just fucking die. You can rush him, you can do whatever you want. But this guy, because of his cancel buff effects ability, he can make Ultra Gohan better, which I don't know if that's a good thing, because I think Ultra Gohan is also one of the worst releases of all time, in my opinion. Like, I hated Ultimate Gohan, or sorry, I hated Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with a passion when he was on top. But yeah, like, at this point, obviously, he's a little bit outdated. He can be killed very easily, and this guy definitely helps him a ton. Because of that one sentence, Ultra Gohan becomes way better. I would argue that he's actually, I'm not gonna say anything crazy, like I'm not gonna say, oh, he's top 5, oh, he's top 10, but he's usable. I think Ultra Gohan is usable. Obviously the gauge is very useful. He has the blast armor breaking card. So yeah, like, with Beast, Ultra Gohan is an option again. So that's nice, I guess, for sure. Although he's a very toxic character, it's kind of nice that a unit that's outdated can be usable again. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I thought that the active gauge was gonna be way more broken than it actually is. I thought that the unit gauge was gonna be way more annoying than it actually is. But yeah, like I don't think this guy is super toxic. I don't think he's bad for the game. If anything, once again, I think this might be one of the best releases of 2024. Maybe the best. I don't know if I want to go that far. I mean, to be fair, 6th anniversary fusing Super Gogeta Blue, I would say those are definitely the best releases this year. But I think this guy is up there for sure. He doesn't feel as toxic as Ultra Gohan, as Super 17, as even Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, although of course he fell off quite a bit. But on release, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was ridiculous. Like, you couldn't kill him because of his gauge. I mean, you could snipe him, but it was pretty difficult because of his gauge. Then he just one-shots you with his ultimate. Like, Gogeta was fucking ridiculous. Destroys your Dragon Balls. So I think this guy is better than Gogeta was. I think Ultra Majin Vegeta is way worse as well. I think LF Vegeta Blue is way worse as well. So yeah, this guy is actually a pretty good addition. I wish he wasn't yellow, but other than that, they did a fantastic job. It's kinda insane. Like how... I don't want to say the word balanced, but he's just not that toxic somehow. I don't know how they managed to do that, but I mean, to be fair, I think it could change in the future because this is still very fresh, so we'll see. But he definitely does not feel as bad as all those other units that came out this year. But yeah, that was basically the video. I think Ultra Beast Gohan gets a thumbs up from me. Great unit. He's a very strong unit. I think he's probably #1. But at the same time, they actually made a good job, and he's not that bad for the game in my opinion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.
無駄だ。ここまでだ。この程度か。覚悟しろ。許さないぞ。気にはさせない。俺がバカ。僕が守った。どうした本気でやれよ。ここまでだ。危ない。この程度か。覚悟しろ。ダメだ。フィニッシュフラッシュ。まだまだこんなものじゃ。俺の番だな。やるな。だが俺の勝ちだな。 めあ負けないよ。僕はやめた。そうはさせるか。それはっお前のパワーはその程度か。はっはっふっほら邪魔だ。終わりだ。もらったえいかうわああ正義の死神参上。させな正義の死神参上。行くぜ。行きます。ここはさせるか。メハメもう怒ったぞ。行くぞ。大したことないな。手加減はできないぞ。僕が終わらせる。行きます。俺の番だな。やるな。だが俺の勝ちだな。僕がもう仲間に手を出すな。さあ来い。こっちだ。行きます。それはさせるか。僕はやる。させない。 やるな。だが俺の勝ちだな。僕はやる。邪魔だ。そのろおりゃそうはさせるか。僕が守る。これでとどめだ。まだまだこんなものじゃない。まだまだこんなものじゃない。そうはさせるか。こっちだ。手が覚悟しろ。マカンコガッポー。僕が行くな。大したことないな。